Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing about crypto, Bitcoin, but also want to give you a little bit of a macro picture what I think is going to be happening next with the stock market, with Bitcoin from a macroeconomics point of view. We always talk about short term, what can happen, but what about long term? I want to explain to you in this video everything that you need to know in order to navigate those markets safely and feeling confident whenever you're placing a trade. Of course, not financial advice, but I really hope my analysis is going to really help you. And before we continue, of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates about Bitcoin, crypto, and also stocks. But let's cut the chase, guys, and get straight away into the charts. Bitcoin on the monthly chart, guys. Bitcoin looks incredible. It looks incredible because we haven't had a proper retracement or a red month for the last roughly 6 months. 7 months, sorry, not even 6 months. And the chart looks incredible. I can even go, for example, on the 3-month chart and I can show you what's happening over here. This looks I don't even know how to describe how beautiful this chart is. I can go on the 6 months and show you as well. Look at this. This is 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. In the last 18 months, guys, we just went up from the bottom non-stop. And everybody's now asking, what's going to be happening next? Well, in my opinion, guys, look at the chart over here. I'm going to go into 12 months. So the chart is clearly showing that Bitcoin has so much strength at the moment. And if I need to calculate, of course, the next move, I'll probably say if we're gonna go into let's say another broker, for example, Bitstamp, which has been here for a long time, so we can see more data. You can really see that Bitcoin is just going up and is out of control. Look at this. We have from 2011 red candle, 2 candle, red candle, 3 candle, red candle, 3 candle, red candle. Guess in the next 12 months what's going to happen is going to be another blue candle. Of course, that's not 100% is going to happen, but if history can really help us to understand usually what happens with the price of Bitcoin, then we could definitely say that the next candle for the next 12 months we could be seeing, of course, like another blue candle. And how high it could go to, well, that's the $1 million question. But I guess what we can do, we can calculate sometimes. We went from here from 12,000 to 65,000. So even if I go and connect these dots over here and I bring them at the top around this area, one person might imply that looking at this, we could go as high as $110,000 or even above. In my expectation, I think that Bitcoin is going to top up around 130 to 140,000, but you never say never. I'm going to go also on the weekly chart to show you with a little bit more of information. The trend is clear, guys. The trend is very clear. We were going up. We had a retest over here. Something I had to be a little bit careful at the moment, guys, is this RSI. So the RSI is really showing from here, as you can see, that we are really overextended. We're almost going into a uncharted territory, like into price discovery. So this was the RSI back in 2020-21 when we had a parabolic move, and then we retraced down, we went up again, retraced down, went up again. But the good thing is we were here at 40,000 when the RSI peaked, then we had a big break to the downside and then another recoil, and then we had a big drop to the downside. So at the moment, looking at the weekly RSI, we could actually say that it could be quite I don't want to say obvious, but possible that we could actually go as high as the previous RSI once we're going to go into that parabolic stage of the movement. Because right now Bitcoin seems like it really wants to break this all-time high. It's especially because we are going to have the halving very soon. We have the halving event, which is coming on the 20th of April. So in only 3 weeks. And what we could see from here could be maybe a movement from here to here, which could almost looks like a bull flag from here. And then if I just take this one from here to here, brings me of a target of roughly $93,000. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin will go around that area. So I can even calculate from the 8th to the 16th of 8th to the 16th of May. So after the halving, we actually could be pushing as high as $93,000, which is funny because it's so much in line with this previous all-time high, and therefore we could go as high as this, which also will correspond to an RSI being as well around this area at 95. And then when this is going to happen, guys, what I'm expecting that could be that after the halving, very similar to the ETF, after the halving, what we could be seeing will be a big drop to the downside. So could be like any geopolitical reasons, could be the Fed, could be the inflation ramping up again. So many reasons why we could be seeing like another drop to the downside. And looking at the charts from here of Bitcoin, there are two levels where you have to be very, very careful. Again, not financial advice. It's just I really want to show you the data, like objective data, and in my opinion, what I think could be happening if we're gonna go as high as I said before, $93,000, it will be another drop. So the other drop will correspond maybe down to this previous level of resistance at 62,000. It could be maybe a bit more down at $52,000. It could be even down here at $41,000. Of course, if I have to guess, in my opinion, the support that Bitcoin is going to find could be around this area over here. So I'm going to go and then draw this line here. So that's a very important line which we drew long time ago. So going to this way over here, you can see that almost Bitcoin is into like a sort of a channel, and I'm gonna just fix this one over here as well. And because we are in a sort of a channel, it will be quite it's quite funny that if you actually cross this line over here and this line over here as a support, and then there is an intersection around this area, so it could be actually that by June, July, we could see this kind of movement from here. So we're gonna see a big pump to $93,000, and then finally the correction we are waiting for down to 62,000, and then of course another big impulse coming after to reach a new all-time high. So the question is very difficult to say after I'm moving month to month. Like I'm just talking about the next 4 to 6 months. That is something to pay attention, but I would say that that could be my first target over here, 63,000. If you're going to have a correction from here, next one could be down to maybe 50,000, and the last one is going to be at $42,000. But again, going from $90,000 to $42,000 is more than a 50% drop. I don't think that is going to happen. I think the first scenario from 90 to 60,000, that's going to be the most likely, because of course that's already like a 30% drop. So looks like that Bitcoin could be forming this kind of mid-cycle top. Also, the reason is because I can see the S&P 500, guys. S&P 500 is one of the major indexes, which is showing like an incredible strength at the moment, and looks like it just wants to climb higher and higher and higher. I was actually thinking of a drop, guys, from here. 5,200. The S&P now, has breached already all-time high, and at the moment, I'm gonna just zoom in a little bit for you to have a look. At the moment, you can see that it's pretty much just climbing back up, and what could be happening is instead of just having this correction we were talking about, we could see quite likely that we could see actually a big pump to this Fibonacci extension at $5,666 before seeing a significant correction. And from here, maybe we might see a drop down to, again, 4,900, and then finally the ultimate target at potentially $6,000 to $7,000. That's what I'm expecting for the S&P 500. So the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, if the S&P is going to go into this parabolic motion at $5,700, then I could be expecting Bitcoin to follow a very same path and then to reach, of course, this $92,000 to $93,000. Even though here looks like, it's forming almost like a bull flag, and if I then close the bull flag, it will be around this area, $5,700. Even something to also to have a look as the DXY or dollar currency index. This one measures the strength of the US dollar compared to other currencies like the euro, the yen, and you can see right now, like, the monthly, the weekly chart, we're into this almost like a bull flag from here, and now it's touching this area. Looks like it wants to break out. So we have to have a look if this is going to break, because if this is going to go to the upside, that could pose lots of weakness around crypto and stocks. So you have to be very careful with this. But I believe that until the end of the year, this is probably going to drop down until November to 96, 95. That could be very positive for crypto. Now, another coin today I want to talk about in regards to crypto, guys, Celo USDT. I mean, looks that is about to break. I mean, this looks like a beautiful chart. Now, don't fool yourself in this one, right? Because you think that when I say it's about to go crazy, we're talking about the weekly chart. Okay, so it might take maybe a few weeks for Celo to actually break this resistance, right? Maybe it might do, if we're going to go intraday, instead of just going straight away, it might push back down a little bit. When I go, for example, draw my line of support, it could go down a little bit from here, maybe navigate a bit here, and then finally, boom, go to the upside. So that's it just takes a little bit of time, of course, for these kind of altcoins to break, especially if Bitcoin is still going higher. So Celo, I mean, if I had to give you a price target already, which we discussed before in the previous video, it's roughly around here, so around the $2.50, $2.60 as per minimum target. And then if it's going to ramp up even higher, we could see even $3.60, $3.70, which is a 3x from here. Next one I want to talk about, guys, Solana, one of your favorite coins. I know that Solana is also into a crazy run. It touched $207, had a little bit of a retracement, and people now are already panicking, thinking, oh my gosh, this it's already over. But if you actually have a look, we predicted this one in our Discord that Solana would actually have a break around this area. So that was quite expected, because we had this 0.6876 Fibonacci around this area here. We had a rejection. Now the question will be, are we going to go and do that, or are we going to go and do maybe down first, 165, and then finally push to the upside? So very difficult to predict. We had to work levels on levels, and I guess time is going to tell us what's going to be happening. Next one I want to talk about, guys, which one of my favorite coins, and probably one of yours as well, is Fetch AI. I mean, Fetch, it's fantastic, guys. I mean, there's nothing else I can say. The only thing I can say, we're getting really overstretched. Looks like it just wants to continue to go to the upside. I mean, look at this beautiful chart on the daily. I mean, that's great. Like the typical, that's like a textbook bull flag. Broke the highs. If we're gonna see Bitcoin going even higher, guys, I mean, that's quite. I'm not gonna say, of course, a certainty, but it looks very, very likely that it's gonna go and reach a target of at least $5 to be very conservative. And then, of course, it could go even higher than this. But again, altcoin season hasn't started yet, so we had to have a look. Guys, the last one I want to talk about, which is quite interesting as well, it's Ethereum. So Ethereum, it's also in an interesting place at the moment. I'm just going to go and change change my broker because I was doing some study on this. Let's gonna go on BingX. I think BingX looks okay. So let's go on the weekly. Let's see what happens also with Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum as well looks very, very powerful. And it really reminds me Bitcoin when it went up to 48,000 in the anticipation of the ETF. So what could be expecting from Ethereum over here could be, I'm going to show you right now. So we have now a diagonal level of support here. Then we're going to go and select our Fibonacci retracements. We're going to go here and here we go. So I could be expecting that if we're going to go and let's say Bitcoin is going to drop a little bit more, Ethereum might go back around this area, $3,000-ish. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see maybe something like that, and then finally break to the upside. And the thing is, what I think is going to be very remarkable with Ethereum is the fact that the ETF might be coming very soon. So if there is an ETF coming for Ethereum, guys, I mean, you can tell me how high we're going to go. It's quite obvious that we're going to go up like crazy. So the thing is, we just have to, I guess, wait, be patient, and if there is a dip, of course, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stack even harder, buy more coins, and then ride all the way. At the moment, I mean, looking at this chart over here, we had a bit of a breakage here. Looks like, Ethereum could be potentially going down a little bit more, but then, of course, the next 2 or 3 months are extremely bullish. And if Bitcoin goes to 92,000 and we have an Ethereum ETF, we could see potentially a all-time high Ethereum, if not like $5,000. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. So if you have a question, leave a comment down below. Otherwise, I'm gonna see you in the next video of tomorrow. You have a great day, and I'm gonna see you soon.